Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beautifuls. This is part two, and the topic that we are discussing is balancing life, a guide for parents. So, in the first portion, we talked about how to give and receive, know when to give and receive. And in this section, part two, I want to talk about taking the time. So, thank you so much, respectively, for coming back to our channel and really, really helping us to grow in this community and loving on each other. Okay, so make sure that you keep the comments respectful and let's get into it. So, first, let's take the time to teach, exemplify, and reinforce behaviors and values. Have open conversations with your children about their behaviors and learning patterns. Be consistent and follow up with how they feel, okay? Very, very, very important. Taking time with your children at every stage of their development is incredibly important because it plays a pivotal role in their emotional, cognitive, and social development. And here's why it matters. All right, there's various stages of their life, and here's why it matters. One, as babies, right? So infants to 2 years of age. Spending time with infants fosters strong emotional bonds and attachment, which is critical for their sense of security and trust in their caregivers. So the language development portion, right, is interactive, and interacting with them through talking, singing, and reading promotes early language development and communication skills. And then they also go through the sensory stimulation. Engaging activities stimulate their senses and help them explore the world around them. So, big, big, big points, right? So, there's bonding, there's language development, and then there's sensory stimulation in that first stage from infant to 2 years old. The next one is from toddlers, 2 to 3 years. Social and emotional development. Time spent playing and interacting with toddlers helps them develop social skills, emotional regulation, and empathy. Learning through play is, because play is their primary mode of learning. So spending time engaging in educational play activities enhances cognitive development. Is very important to do all of those things from infant to toddler years, right? Because this is the time when your children need a lot of love, protection, attention, affection. They're going to need those hugs like constantly, you guys. Constantly reassurance, constant love and kisses and hugs, and because that shows them how to be affectionate, right? That shows them how to even be affectionate with themselves. Because some kids, if you put a mirror up to them, my grandson used to do this, and he still does. He kisses himself, kisses himself in the mirror, and it's showing them how to love. And what's the highest energy force? The highest energy frequency is love, you guys. It's that chakra energy, it's the heart chakra energy. It's love. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows and gives us that every single day, you guys. We give it to Him when we pray and we tell Him that we love Him and that, we care and that we are grateful, right? Because we all know when you salah, you're talking to Allah. When you're reading the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you. So it's that reciprocated energy of love. And you want to make sure that you are showing your children all the love and respect. And and building those social and emotional development skills, the sensory stimulation skills, language development, bonding with them, and learning through play. Okay. The next one is elementary age. That's the third phase. And it's the ages between 6 and 12 years old. Educational support. As they start school, your involvement in their education and homework helps build a strong foundation for learning. They need emotional support to back up that educational support, right? Listening to their concerns, offering guidance, and providing a secure and loving environment helps them navigate challenges with confidence. It also builds interest. Encouraging their interests and hobbies help them develop passions and a sense of identity. My daughter is a first year private Muslim school student, and she went to public school for the first 3 years, kindergarten, first and second grade, and she went to a Title I public school. Not the best of schools, but it was the school that was offered to me where I lived in my neighborhood. And so when I moved to Memphis, we decided that we wanted to get her enrolled in, and also Sharon, Simone and Sharon both enrolled into one of the best Muslim schools here. And so that's what we did. And the first week was a bit challenging for her because she didn't know anything about multiplication. And, you know, I knew that when she was in the second grade, that by the third grade, she was going to struggle a little bit with multiplication because she just wasn't getting the support and the good education that she deserved at her prior school. So I had to spend a lot of time teaching Simone how to multiply, you guys, from 1 to 5 in the first 2 weeks of school. We are going into like the fourth or the fifth week of school now, I want to say. Maybe the fifth or sixth week of school. But she's been doing really good. And her teacher told me how proud she is of Simone because she's gotten A's on her tests, whether it's a 90% or 95%, my baby has, leveled up. And it's because we spend a lot of time going over her multiplication. And I created multiplication cards for her, cutting in, wide index cards in half. And then I cut them in fourths. And I wrote out the multiplications, ones, twos, even zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And yeah, she really, really improved. She's a very smart girl. Your kids will show and improve who they are intellectually if you just give them some support and give them a chance, to develop those skills, and they're just gonna fly. And so I feel like if I didn't take the time to create those cards, to really take the time to sit with her and go over them with her, then, she would fail. And so that bond that my daughter and I have been creating together, me being her educational support, showing up for her every day, going to the school, talking to the teachers, asking them what she needs, giving the teachers also support. It really, really matters. And I don't know, it just builds such a beautiful bond between you and your children. So I really encourage you to do that. Even if you can't talk to the teachers face to face, call them over the phone, have a little sidebar conference with them, once in a while when you get a chance, even if it's a quick 2 minutes after school when you pick them up. Take the time to go inside the school, meet the teachers, say hello, show your face. It matters to the children, and it shows that the staff that you support your kid, and then they'll start giving your child a little more support too, So that's very, very important, building that educational support, that emotional support, and building interest with your your child, asking them, what do you think that you're good at? Like, what do you like to do in school the most? I mean, even if you think that it's something boring, you're, again, in the previous part one, in the last video, allow your child to be who they are. They're not you. They're products of you, but they're not you. Allow them to be unique and organic and be who they are, right? And show some interest in what they like. They don't have to be what you want them to be for your child. Let them develop their own personality and develop their own hobbies and passions, and you would be surprised how much you learn from your child. Number 4 is young adolescents. That's the ages between 13 and 18. And you want to make sure that you are identifying formation, right? Identity formation. During this critical stage, spending time with them helps them explore their identity, their values, and interests. They need your support in making important decisions about their future. Communication is also key. Adolescents often need someone to talk to about their experiences, their friendships, and challenges. Being there to listen is crucial, not to judge, just to listen. Positive role model. Your behavior and involvement serve as a model for healthy relationships and responsible decision making during this pivotal point in their progression to adulthood, which they are young adults between the ages of 13 and 18. Give them some space mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Intellectually, to prove to you that they can handle being a young adult, that they can handle decision making, right? That they are intelligent, and also this is a really good opportunity for you as a parent to see if your child has been listening and receiving all the downloads, right? All the important information that you have been teaching them since they were an infant up until 12 years old. If you give them a chance, they will show you how intelligent they are, how responsible that they can be, so that when they go off to college, you can trust them. You can trust your instinct as a parent that you've raised them well, right? This also builds another level of bonding with your child, showing them and giving them the space. And, just like I did with Sharon when I had that. If you guys haven't listened to that previous video, part 1, when I was talking about Sharon and taking him to the park and giving him the space that he needed to grow into himself, right? To prove to himself that he can do it, that he's not a little bitty baby, that he's a big boy, and that he can achieve some things on his own, that he doesn't always need me to hold his hand for every activity, right? For everything that he does, because I've shown him, I've talked to him. We've had conversations about how to do it, and how to approach it. And now I'm reinforcing all of that by giving him positive affirmations, letting him know that he is powerful, that he is strong, that he is capable, that he is courageous, and you want to make sure that you are, giving your 13 to 18-year-olds that identity formation, that communication, and that positive role modeling, and letting them reflect back to you everything that they have been taught by you. So if you're doing it properly, then your kids will show up. Them little selves, they are just little people, little adults, and they will show you who they are if you give them a chance and just support them. And the last stage of this period is adulthood, the 18 plus years, right? Very, very important. So continued support, even as they become adults, your ongoing presence, guidance, and support remain important. They may face various life transitions, and your wisdom and experience can be invaluable. If you give them a chance, they're going to come back to you and ask you, well, mom, what would you do? Can you guide me? Can you give me some tips and tricks on how do I achieve this and be successful at it? You know, give them a chance to need you. Give them some space, right? And they will ask for your guidance. Emotional connection. A strong bond with parents can provide a sense of security and a safety net in times of need. And mentorship, right? Mentorship is very, very, very important. As they enter adulthood, your role may shift to that of a mentor, offering advice and guidance as they navigate the complexities of adult life. And trust me, they will. They are going to need you, right? So you're going to have to make sure that you take care of yourself, that you're doing everything that you need to do to be a strong parent, and encourage your kids, because they're definitely going to need you throughout their life. And I mean, I still need my mom. I still ask my mom for her advice, her wisdom, her guidance, you know? And it's a reciprocal energy. It's a reciprocal life cycle. We never stop needing our parents, and children never stop needing the parents, and parents never stop needing the children. We are always going to want to bounce that energy off of each other. And I for sure know, I could be wrong, astaghfirullah, but I feel like that is the whole reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to never break ties with kinship, right? Don't break ties with your family. We all have disagreements. We all have our own personality flaws. We're not perfect. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is perfect. And, we will need each other at some point, and we should always be forgiving one another and offering support. So keep that in mind, that your children in their adulthood, they're going to need your continued support, your emotional connection, and your mentorship. Okay. So overall, taking time with your children throughout their lives conveys that you value them and their well-being, and it creates a sense of security, fosters healthy relationships, and provides a foundation for their emotional and psychological development. Your presence and involvement help shape their self-esteem, resilience, and overall life satisfaction, making it a lifelong investment in their happiness and success. So I really, really hope that you all take that into consideration. Open your heart a lot wider for your children. Don't be so dismissive with your children, even at a young age. Hold on to them a little bit closer. Kiss on them a lot more. Tell them that you love them a lot, right? Hug them a lot. Make them feel secure. Give them space when they need space. Allow them to grow and allow their voices to be heard. Thank you for joining us today as we explore the art of balancing life as a parent. We hope you found these insights helpful in your journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. And as always, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, take care. And remember, you've got this. I love you all. Assalamu alaikum.